But with one, so it's a trouser snake.
Everybody get down tonight.
That's 10 inches, isn't it?
That, yeah, it doesn't bang it around.
What is...
The sweet sound of the car charging. I drove this a few days ago to Martin's wedding. So mine at MJG Grits, he got married, and I thought I would take the car with me on the day, and we sort of sat it since then. That was only a couple of days ago, and yeah, the car is already charging itself up. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not too sure. I unfortunately though learned something about this car. So there's a few things we need to do over the winter months on this thing, because me driving it, me enjoying it, has meant that there's a few things that have gone wrong, especially this year, that I haven't necessarily needed to do until I realised a couple of days ago in the night as I was driving this thing home how bad things have actually got. And yeah, I sort of have neglected the idea of fixing a few things on this, and they sort of come back to haunt me the other night. It's one of those cars though, isn't it? Something's always going to need to be done to it. You're never going to be able to keep on top of it. But let me explain the situation, and I'm going to ask the classic car or the Escort nerds out there to get in the comments and tell me what you think is wrong. So this is what happens. So you're driving along and nighttime comes along, because it does, and everywhere in the world. You flip your lights on, the list of things stop working. It includes the fan, the indicators, the rev gauge, the fuel gauge, the temperature gauge. The rear wiper comes on consistently. Now I knew a few of these things were happening when the car's lights were actually switched on. I knew that that was happening, but last night, or a couple of nights ago, I noticed that all of those things sort of happened at the same time, but it's only when the lights are on. So you flip the lights on and all of those things seem to go off, except for the rear wiper that's just consistently on. If you are a classic car nerd, if you're an expert in RS turbos and in Escorts, let us know in the comments below. I have a small inkling feeling, because we got this car sprayed on the front end, we got loads of work done on the front end, maybe one of the earths in the engine bay that might contribute to a lot of those electrical wiring, but it's all over the car. Maybe it's not ground enough, and then when it takes power and it's not ground enough, it starts shutting parts off. I know this car not shut bits off, but it might affect other things in the car when certain things are turned on. Maybe because of the ground, maybe not. But that's something I'm actually going to book it in with the guys at the garage and see what they think. But if you know, leave a comment below. But the car is on charge, trickle charge, and yeah, it's going to stay like that for a while because the weather is horrendous at the moment. I do have some sort of idea as to what I want to do with this in the winter. I have, you know, sort of touched on this a couple of times in a few videos. I feel like it might be the time this winter to actually take this thing off the road for a few months and do many little things that I've wanted to do. We have new suspension, there's the steering wheel I want to do, just various bits inside, and of course the electrical problems, maybe a service, little bits and bobs like that. But just take my time with it and not rush because I want to put this car back on the road. I want to do it in a really, really nice way. Is that the right thing to do though? Let me know. Anyway, we're going to leave the Series 1 RS Turbo, jump in the 300s, because daily drivers are what it's all about, especially comfy ones that are automatic. That's why these two cars exist. The fun car, classic car on the days where you want it, and the big, comfy, luxury car for days like today. And do you know what? I did legs at the gym yesterday and I'm about to say this on the internet, for the first time in about 4 weeks, that's nearly a month, because we were away, we're doing stuff, whatever's happening. They have hit me so hard today. If you are a gym goer, not that it looks like I am, you know full well the feeling of doing legs the day after and the day after that is a bad time. Right, T-boy today, let's go. Oh mate, that's so good, isn't it? I don't want you to put the tea back in there. Love a big black one in the morning. I'll put out in my shorts. That was staining, wasn't it? Because apparently I wanted to wear all white today because I'm an idiot. Who even does that? So, George and me commandeering this L200.
Is it called commandeering
if you own it? I don't know. Basically, it's automatic. I mean,
That's easy, isn't it?
when did they do like L200s that are automatic? I've never really seen one, mate, if I'm honest. Have you seen one? You've got one.
But I like to just sit back.
And do absolutely nothing and let the vehicle do all of the work.
I used to say anyone that bought an automatic was instant.
But apparently,
But now,
no.
I don't like changing gear if I don't need to. If I'm on a track or cocking around or drifting or, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but other than that, if you want to just cruise somewhere, which is what we're doing right now. So, I have a bit of
Wafting.
this. Wafting. Even in an L200, it's called wafting. We have this. This is for the BMW turbo engine. Fucking Max Peeling rods have been sent us down some turbo stuff, and basically we need this to then go into a box section to another one to sit on the manifold. I'm gonna go get some
You make a little baby up
bits
pipe.
for it. I'm gonna baby up pipe. There we go.
Baby up pipe. All the Cosworth people will know it as a trouser section. A little mini trouser section.
Ooh, trouser. I like that more. Trouser section. Love a good trouser section. Can I just also point out, this Tango is fantastic. And you've got a chilled one in the fridge at the garage. Don't get no better than
Like
that.
this has got as well.
As if it's got aircon as well.
Climate.
Luxury. A luxury L200 right here.
Probably not going to own it.
Yeah. A good point, because you don't own a lot of it. Do you know, George owns, how many cars do you own? Off the top of your head, how many cars do you own right now?
36.
36 cars! So, forgive me if you suddenly see in, you know, the next couple of months, we've bought this, we've bought that, because I know of 4 or 5 cars that you've recently, well, not recently bought, but you've bought that should be on the channel. We just need to find something to do with them and find the time to actually do them up. 36 cars, it's ridiculous. Never seen something quite like that. Where do you keep all these things?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Parked in like estates and stuff just around.
I tax 11 of them.
Wow.
11 of them are on the road.
God, madness. That's a lot of tax. Someone worked that out on a basic tax, because they're not going to be zero tax, are they, the cars you buy?
This one is probably the cheapest tax. This is actually like 12 quid a month or so.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's 140 quid a year. I think it's like 12 quid a month.
That's really not bad.
My Discovery is like 700 and something, I think.
You literally
I say
pay so much tax for no reason.
I'm not going to admit to owning a Discovery. The Discovery I bought my wife.
yeah, there you go.
Not
That you
my
had to put an engine in the other day.
Not my vehicle.
We didn't bring that to the channel because there's a lot going on, but basically it grenaded. Something happened, basically exploded, and you had to do a body off.
Crankshaft snapped.
Nice, and then you had to do a body off engine swap in like 2 days. That was a good time.
That wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Right, we need the flange. I'm not going to take the camera with me. I'm not going to take you guys with me because it's a bit awkward, isn't it? Like taking a big camera into like a forge. So, I'll be back in a minute with some metal.
6.5 hours later.
Got some lengths. Here we go. That's why I bought a pickup truck. Ah! No littering. We're getting that, don't worry. So, yeah, that is for this. Right, then we don't need that much, do we, mate? If I'm honest, but we've got it anyway. Like, you got it anyway because you never know. This is actually for a Land Rover because Land Rovers need stuff welded to the bottom of them in large pieces, don't they?
Land Rovers do rust really well.
Yeah, fantastic.
Don't want to get fined.
No, don't want to get a fine.
And scare load.
Oi, car spotting, here we go. George, remember last time we were here, we saw a Dodge, we don't even know what it was, Dakota or something? They have now got a Mustang over there. What are you saying to that being a V6? Because it's going to be, isn't it?
Is it a Mustang? I mean, that one's known for being the most terrible handling Mustang ever made, I believe.
No offence to the owner, but I do actually agree. Is it a V6? It's going to be a V6.
Probably is, yeah.
V6.
And it's going to be left hooker,
Yeah.
which, you know, is
I don't mind left
cool if it's a real Mustang.
Yeah.
But I once seen one of them at a car meet drifting. I might be able to find some footage somewhere.
Oh, that's all right. That's a good effort. That getting that sideways and not spinning it.
Oh no, he did. He
Oh, did he?
clipped the curb, ripped the wheel and the half shaft out.
Wow.
And then spun into a crowd and mowed someone over.
Very Mustang thing there. Well done. Oh, an Evo. An Evo has appeared. Look at this.
That.
Evo. This Tango, I'm going to say again. Fantastic. Gonna show you how. Everybody get down tonight. Yeah, you get the heavy bit, I'll get the lighter bit. Yeah, I'll get the heavy bit.
That's loads heavier than this.
Of course. Why have I got S Club 7 in my head? Was you just singing it?
No, because you're...
Because I'm rude. Oh, copyright infringement, better not. So this is what we've done. I better talk over the aggressive music in the background. This is why we got it, because this, turbo, and then the other side, manifold. And there needs to be a little... What did you call it? Trouser snake? Was that what it was called? Sorry about that, mate. Trouser snake.
Trouser snake. No. Trouser section.
Trouser section,
Well,
not
it
trouser
was called
snake.
a trouser section on the Cosworth because there was two.
Oh, okay.
And it looked like a pair of trousers.
Oh, okay,
This is kind of the same, but different.
But with one, so it's a trouser snake. Nice. We
me
only
just see
actually
if
need
we
about
That's much.
that much.
This is like, what's that? That's 10 inches, isn't it?
Is it? On a good day or a cold day? 10 inches on a cold morning.
If you believe that's 10 inches, you're delusional.
Well, that's what you tell them, isn't it? That's 10 inches.
That's like 6 at best.
We're still on about metal, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we are.
No, we're just measurements.
Yeah, measurements and metal and stuff. Right, so making our way over to the B&W to put some more context into what we're actually doing. The tape measures out. So, manifolds, and then basically we're trying to make something to go that... Yeah,
It doesn't fit.
Bang it around, mate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, it's everything on the way in.
It
Yeah.
doesn't fit.
No, okay.
So we need that to sit about there.
Yeah, so it needs to be clocked a bit that way. It needs to be brought up from the manifold, so that's what we're actually making now. That's where the trouser snake's going to go, right in here, just in there. You see that? Yeah, just keep hitting everything on the way in and out, mate. That'd be lovely. Just stop it! Trying to bring the turbo up and over, away from manifold engine. We've got all this space over here to sort of play with. Your head's in the way, Jesus.
Sorry.
What is this? But yeah, sort of like that.
Needs like a curve and a twist. This stuff is supposed to be quite durable, isn't it? Whose car's this?
It's just mine. What are you doing?
What? I was just,
Just checking up. Don't do that. Just, what is? Where is stuff at? What is that? Hit you in the face. Right. Where there's a flame, there's a clay.
Hardness, and George isn't as hard as the car.
No, apparently not. Could bounce off though.
I complained and the car didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. See, no scratches whatsoever. This is why you need to paint your car, everyone.
Shaking, not staring. Not have someone throw a bottle of Coke at your jugular.
Yeah, and there's only foam now in there.
Yeah.
There's no Coke left.
There's no Coke in it anyway, 'cause it's Pepsi.
I was
going to throw a fry bar at it.
Yeah, probably not. Box section cut and acquired for lengthening of turbo. Length of turbo. See how we're doing this in such a professional environment where the car is nose in, we can't get out because it doesn't start, I can't be asked to actually pull it out, and also
Dan's hog in my workshop.
yeah, Dan's in the workshop with his face and stuff.
Chucking bottles of Pepsi at me.
Yeah, doing it in this ditch next to the road is the perfect place to do it.
Perfect.
That part is working fine, got the length in there, that's what we needed. Now comes the curve. Curve it in there. Oh, look at them eyebrows, stop it.
I went out, I said, look, what we've done, we've just fucked you. We've just repaired.
Right in the bum bum.
Don't dare move, because if you move, it chafes.
Oh,
Just stand still.
Back about 10 years ago, me and Dan were working at the same garage in our previous life, and our boss was holding the gearbox up and asking us to put bolts in, and I was just stood there squirting him in the with the brake in. Couldn't move, couldn't let go of the gearbox, couldn't let it bolt it in.
I managed to do it to a painter. The painter had a good idea. He used to like to spray me with a degreaser. So he was wearing jeans. I managed to empty a whole bottle of that onto him before he realised I'd done it, all in the crotch.
Oh,
He was
wow.
And all I could hear was him going, "Get off!
Stop it! Leave me alone!
Needless to say, he had a red, itchy crotch for a while. I hope he didn't have itchy spray.
That's a lot of cuts in there, look at this. Oh, they're nice. She's gonna fold nicely. Was that hot, that bit, by the way?
Yeah, a bit sharp as well.
Bit sharp, bit hot. Gloves come out. You're right, because you don't usually ever put any sort of safety gear on. I mean, this is the internet, so you probably should.
It's not a how-to. What you should do.
Yeah.
This is just the way I've done it.
I like that. Very true.
This isn't necessarily the way I'm going to do it either.
No, this is just, it's not a mock-up, it's a cock-up.
It's a cock-up. I'm just going to see how it bends, see if it curves.
Yeah.
Might make it this way, I might just make it out of solid. Might not use box section at all.
Yeah, okay. You might, after all that, you might not even need it. No. Professional bending skills here. Only the best. Yeah. The vice is about to leave the chat as well because it's a bit wobbly.
I've done that a couple of times.
Has it? Nice.
These are Vauxhall Corsa head bolts.
Hey, wow.
I like to reuse.
Yeah, that's the recycling for the environment right there.
But you know, better hold the voice.
Yeah, because you're a bit wobbly. Fantastic. Fantastic work. Look at that. Good bend in there.
I don't know if I like it.
After all that, I don't know if I like it. Hot that.
Not too bad now. But go that way.
Mopping up. Yeah.
Go that way. That's what way it needs to go. It needs to be shorter, and it needs to twist as well. So I'm gonna have to cut it.
So we've just having a little chat. What George has made, well I say we, like I know what I'm doing, he's got 20 years of experience with this sort of stuff. Basically I've just had the idea, the length that we've just done is a little bit taller than what we were wanting, so let's put the turbo a little bit higher, which meant that the bonnet doesn't close. Now, pulling my phone out, what if we do something like the Unicorn, not as aggressive so the turbos aren't physically completely out of the bonnet, but enough so they're sort of showing, so you would see turbo and exhaust system sort of coming out here. With that, guys, we're going to end today's video there. Part 2 of what we're doing today will be up in the next couple of days, finishing up the welding there. We're going to bring the car in now, but again, that's for part 2. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.